Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the MNSpiritCast. We're coming at you live from two different areas of Wisconsin tonight. Hope you guys are doing well. We haven't been on here in a while. Casey, what's up, my guy?
Not much, just relaxing.
Yeah, well, this is our first time on the air within about a month and a half. So we're hoping to have a good show tonight. We are back on the ALL American Paranormal Tour. We are more than 3/4 of the way through the season. Season 4 has almost come to an end. It's been a journey. You know, we've gone through several guests, several states, and we're actually pulling off something that nobody else has. So, with that being said, I want to remind you guys to check out our sponsors: Provoke Paranormal, Schneider Customs, and much more. All the links are down below in our LinkTree, so you can click on that. Tonight's guest is representing the state of Nevada, home of Las Vegas. So we are going to bring those guys up here in just a minute, and talk a little bit about the paranormal hotspots in Nevada and much more. So welcome, Mary Lynn and Horatio.
Hi.
Hello.
So, my real name is Mike, but anytime I have to put my name into something, I never use my real name for some reason.
Oh, okay. Well,
every single time, so you never know who I'm gonna be.
Well, you're a Horatio Love puppy tonight, so.
Yeah, Mike never knows who he's going to be.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, hello, Mike.
Hello, Mark. Hello,
hopefully
Kate.
you guys are doing well. Appreciate you guys coming and joining the ALL American Paranormal Tour. Like I said, we are more than 3/4 of the way through the season, which means we have hit over 45 or close to 45 states. And we're doing something that no other team has done before. So, and we're glad to have you guys along for this. So, you guys are representing that Nevada, home of Las Vegas. Can you guys tell me a little bit about how your team got started?
How did it get started? So it's a pretty interesting question because I initially, with the guy that just joined in, Horatio and Phil, we had a show called Two Clueless Dudes, and we got offered by Mary Lynn, who I've known now for actually quite some time. I've known her for a while. She used to do a show with me when I was a co-host on a show called The Rockin' Comedy Show out of Vegas, and she had come on as a guest at that time. So I've known her for probably like 10 years now. And she was like, hey, I'm doing this thing out in South Dakota in Deadwood. Do you guys want to come down and check it out? And we were like, yeah. Love Deadwood. It's wood and it's dead.
Yes.
So
talk about actually not expecting anything at all.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That was literally, that was a year ago.
Yes.
That was our first foray into the paranormal.
That was the first for him and Phil.
Correct. Yeah, she's been doing it a long time. But for us, it was like our first time. And after that, I was like, man, this is awesome. And Mary Lynn, she was looking to start a podcast. And I was like, well, let's do this. Let's turn this into a paranormal podcast. Months later, Phil rejoined us from Two Clueless Dudes. And then, I had this great idea, and I pitched it to. Are you familiar with the Searchers?
I've heard of them. Yes.
One of them in particular, his name is
Shane Pittman.
Shane Pittman. TV's Shane Pittman.
We know him.
Yes.
Yes. So I approached him regarding an idea. Him and Josh Purvis, and they were like, "Wow, this is a great idea. Let's do it." So we have been filming with them a TV show.
Okay.
We're getting close to launching. We film in Gettysburg next week.
Yep.
Another episode, and that TV show is called Para with a Normal.
Mm.
So, yeah, we've been busy, man.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So, before we got started with the show, we kind of talked a little bit about your name, Psydkicks
Horatio Love
Paranormal.
Puppy? Oh, right.
Well, no, not that, but not that. Your name, Psydkicks Paranormal, and I think it's a unique way to, spell sidekicks, and it has a story behind it. So, Mary Lynn, you told us a little bit about that, but can we tell the audience about how your name came to be?
Oh, yeah. So with me being a psychic and Mike being a comedian, who he is, we just kind of was tossing names out there and just looking at psychic and sidekicks and how could we put that together. And Mike came up with the PSYD, that as the sidekicks, and it landed. So that's where we're at.
There you go. Kind of fits. If anybody's Pokemon fan, the side duck.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
PSY duck.
Yeah.
So kind of fits because kind of get that little. So, so you guys are representing the state of Nevada tonight, which obviously is home to Las Vegas, where millions of people have visited and visit every year. What's it like to be a paranormal investigator in Nevada?
Do you remember the scene from Terminator where she's holding onto the fence and then the nuclear explosion hits and it melts all of her skin off? Kind of like that.
Oh, okay.
So legitimately from southern Nevada all the way north, we have ghost towns, we have small towns, we have just straight up haunted towns. I think people in the paranormal field, if they knew about Nevada like a lot of Nevadans do, I mean, this is legitimately the mecca of haunted locations. The whole state's haunted.
Which I'm glad you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, I'm glad that you brought that up because here in just a little bit, we're going to ask you about some of the hot spots of the places that you have been, places you want to go to, things like that. So when you started the team, you guys were in Nevada, obviously. So what about Nevada made you want to do this as, maybe a side hobby?
Oh, man. We've got
no hobby. This is a way of life.
Yeah.
Very true.
We got Lake Mead. You find bodies in it all the time. We got Hoover Dam. Tons of people died trying to make the Hoover Dam. There was a huge, the mob was huge out here. Bugsy, Dillinger.
Name them. I mean, they were here. So
Spilatra.
Even Wyatt Earp rode in on a horse at the Golden Gate back in the day. So I mean, it's you name it. They've been here. They've been through here. They've thrown their money here. They've done prostitutes here. It's happened. It's all happened.
Done prostitutes here, not me.
Oh, my fault.
Are you sure?
And then that's just Vegas. That's just Vegas, Boulder City area. You've also got Carson City, Virginia City. Virginia City's got a huge cast that involves basically. The whole town is haunted. You're talking about lots of money that poured into Virginia City back in
Virginia City at one time was the richest city in the entire United States. So I mean, a lot of money went through that location. Money like you just can't even believe. It actually, Virginia City was built to actually mimic or better off than San Francisco, which at that time in the late 1800s, San Francisco was the place to be.
Mm-hmm. In fact, last time we were there, I licked a snail and I got really sick.
Oh. Yeah. You licked his butt.
Yeah, I don't lick the snails out there. I think they're poisonous.
Well, I'm glad you told me that. I won't be licking snails anywhere, but Oh man.
warned you
Very
about
smart.
Mike before we came on.
Well, we need to
And
spice
I'm just
up
going
the
to feed
show a
off
little
of it.
bit.
So.
So let's go back to the quite a few haunted locations there in Nevada. What just screams paranormal to you guys as far as locations there?
So for me, I actually did the haunted lockdowns out at the Pioneer Saloon. It was out in Good Springs, probably about 45 miles outside of town. So I would do the lockdowns out there. It was featured on Ghost Adventures. So
Okay.
every weekend I would do 2 or 3 different lockdowns. People would come in, extremely haunted. A lot of activity goes on out there. And then people, when you come in, you actually have spirits that you bring with you. And that also gets everybody interacting. So definitely out there is, they're not doing the lockdowns anymore, but you can still go out and the whole town out there is haunted.
Okay.
Speaking of spirits, anytime I do a podcast, I always do spirits for the spirits. So I got my rum right here.
Hey,
But I'll have water.
That's right.
Rochelle, get the rum.
Woo!
For me, like the bread and butter for Las Vegas, for Nevada, would actually be I'm a dive straight in to investigate Westgate, which used to be the old International. That way, I could hopefully see Elvis Presley play one last time.
Yeah, so the
Wow.
International also became the Hilton. Now is the Westgate. That was the residency for Elvis Presley back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah, for like 5 years, right? 5 years, 4 years, 5, 6.
The
4?
dude wrecked a lot of toilets there.
Yeah.
A lot.
But if I could investigate his stateroom and the auditorium, I think I would probably hit cloud 9 for sure.
I
Mike?
really wanted to investigate. We have a sewage treatment plant here, but then I found out they don't even have a log ride.
You don't want to ride the log there.
I go there.
Yeah.
So other
I'm not
hotspots
interested
in
either.
Nevada is Goldfield. And again, that was featured on
Goldfield.
Ghost Adventures. That was one that got them started. So I've been to Goldfield a couple times, and that one again is off the chart. If you can go down into the basement, you can feel so much, and all of the equipment just goes off and dies.
Oh, wow.
And then the cemetery out there, lots of activities just walking through. There's one area that has a bunch of kids. And for me, I could see the kids were still there. It's like they had not left yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then Clown Motel in Tonopah.
Oh, yeah. That's a great spot.
I was going to say Tonopah.
Well, not so much the Clown Motel, but the cemetery next to the Clown Motel.
Yeah, but part of the Clown Motel was actually built on top of the cemetery.
Wow.
The Chinese people were buried, but they did not move them whenever they built the motel. They just built on top of them.
Yeah, they built in the Wong spot.
In the Wong spot, yes, they did.
Yeah.
So also, there's a lot of I don't know if you ever seen the movie Casino.
Totally the wrong way.
That did. If you saw the movie Casino, you know there was a lot of mob activity, and it's getting built up here in Vegas. But like on the outskirts, you can still find if you hunt, you can still find like areas where the mob had basically had dumped bodies.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of all around. You've got the tunnels. They call them the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
That is so. There's some really wild spots. So you've got the tunnels, or the caves. I don't know what you call them.
So it's the tunnels right above Lake Mead, and that actually took you from Las Vegas all the way to the Hoover Dam. So they took the tracks out, but people could still go through there. I actually investigated there again. a hot spot when you go in
Great
at
spot.
night. So eerie, and you can just hear the noises, and you can hear people talking.
And then you have
Wow.
the actual tunnel. So a lot of people may not know, but there's actually like massive tunnel systems under Las Vegas proper. Now it's mostly inhabited by hobos and tweakers, but that down there, crazy stuff goes on down there.
They're called the Las Vegas Tunnel People. There's a YouTube on them. They're a real thing, real place, real people.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and don't forget, is Death Valley? Death Valley, is that in Nevada?
It is.
It's just across the state line, right?
It's like right there, like right on the cusp. And there's
Yeah,
a cool
it's in
place there
California.
called Scotty's Castle, and Rhyolite, which was
Yes.
an abandoned town out there, a ghost town out there. A lot of cool stuff out there too, man.
Yeah, make a trip
Just
over
about
to
anywhere you
Nevada.
want to go, brother. I mean, it's
You need
like
to.
I did a trip to the cemetery just like 2 hours ago and got activity. So I mean, I just whatever.
You can make a trip to
Floats your
Trump
boat.
and get activity for the right price.
Right.
What?
That's where our brothels are. It's legal there.
Towards Pahrump, yes.
Trump, yeah.
Oh,
They call it over
yeah.
the hump.
So there's only two
Trump.
counties in Nevada that it's illegal to solicit prostitution, and that's Clark County, which is Las Vegas, and Washoe County, which is Reno Sparks. Anywhere else, you can get a
Go right
prostitute.
across the county line, and you got your brothels right there.
Isn't that crazy that Las Vegas bans that? That's crazy.
It's
That's
money.
right.
You know what? I've been in the security industry for quite some time on the Las Vegas Strip, and it seems like I don't mean to push somebody one way or another, but it just seems so much easier if they would just allow it and
Mhm.
legalize it like they do in the other states or other counties in the state. That way, people aren't breaking the law. It's almost like that's the expectation. You come to Vegas, you get you a prostitute.
Right.
If they just legalized it and made it statewide, and that way you wouldn't be dealing with somebody nasty neither.
Right.
They
State
released
regulated.
like a series of advertisements for Pahrump regarding the brothels, and it was get a gift from us called Syphilis. So it didn't catch. It didn't do very well, but it's always it's not
But
too
they
far
tried.
away, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only like 45 minutes to an hour away.
Yep.
Hmm.
Who was it that we found out actually did some prostitution? It was
If you say my mom,
no. Wild Bill,
Hickok.
Calamity Jane,
Calamity Jane did, yeah.
and she would
Yeah,
come,
a
she would do it
little
in,
bit.
yeah,
Little
here and
bit.
there. So that's pretty interesting.
I was waiting for the part where you throw his mom in there.
That comes later.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
My mom loves Mike. I don't think Mike could do much wrong in her
That's
eyes.
true. Yeah.
Well, he is
there may
not.
be a small crush. Hopefully, Dad's not watching.
He's not Mike tonight. Okay, he's under his alias Horatio.
Yeah. Horatio Love Puppy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but very interesting. Definitely seems like a trip to Nevada would be completely worth it. We're not that
Definitely.
excited. We're not that exciting there in Minnesota. We're lakes. That's what we are. But somebody who has been there for a while, you don't mind it. It's peaceful. In some parts, the further south you get, the more dangerous it gets. But it's pretty peaceful. But anyway, so let's talk a little bit about your investigation process, because with the show, by doing one show for each state, we want to show the people in your states that they do have somebody to talk to and somebody to help them with their needs for the paranormal and all that. So with that being said, we're going to go through a little of your investigation process. What people should expect and all that kind of stuff. So before you start an investigation, do you guys have a pre-investigation process that you do?
I'll leave that to these two.
Yeah. So we actually, well, like Mike and I got a phone call for somebody wanting us to come up to Michigan. And so we set up a phone call with them and just kind of went over what's going on. The person who had reached out to me had investigated there, and they said it's a little bit above them. So they wanted to bring somebody in that could help. So with me being a psychic and a medium, the person had passed away, and he was dead for 45 minutes, and then they brought him back. So lots of stuff going on with them. So just asking those questions, getting into detail, and I asked questions, medication, are there anything mental? Get into that, because I've had it to where if you go into a house and you don't ask those questions, there in Vegas, I had somebody who was tweaking, and it's like, okay, well, that's why you're seeing the things crawling on the wall, is because you're on meth. So have to ask those questions and be able to determine, is it medical? Is it something drug related? Or is it something, are they manifesting it themselves? Are they creating a poltergeist? And a lot of times everybody's saying that it's demons. It's not demons,
Right.
It's the darkness.
Demon is a very strong word, and it's easy for people to just use that word within the field. Meanwhile, it's slim to no chance that you're going to actually encounter a demon. Just a word of advice for, maybe the newcomers. There's a difference between evil and demon. You might come across the evil presence, but that doesn't make it a demon.
No.
So I'm glad you brought that
You've
up.
said it several times on our show. Is people are evil in life. So why is it that they would not be evil in the afterlife?
Exactly.
Right.
So it's not a far-fetched thing to think that somebody's going to be an asshole in the afterlife.
It's like I always say, you're more likely to find semen than a demon.
That's probably accurate.
Especially from Vegas.
That's valid.
Right?
As far as me and the investigation, I'm the research guy. I need to know. Tell me everything. I need to talk to somebody. I need to look it up on Wikipedia. I need to be on Reddit, whatever it's going to be. I'm researching it. I'm finding out. I want to know everything that took place.
Sure.
So I'm the fat guy. Not the fat guy, the fact guy.
With that being said, do you guys work with mediums, and what's your take on mediums?
I am a medium.
Okay. So
that's what I do.
in that case, when you guys get a case, the first person that they go through, Phil, you're the first person they go to, right?
They've actually been reaching out
Normally,
to us. So it'll be something, because Mike and I are the ones that's kind of at the forefront. So they're
honestly, it probably is going to go through me first.
Yes.
To be completely honest, a lot of times I will talk to the individuals
he's our talker.
site first.
Yes.
But the reality is, I know.
Casey, can you take over real quick?
Sure.
All right.
The reality is, I know nothing. I know nothing. So after they talk to me, I'll kind of decide based on the conversation, okay, do I need to get Mary Lynn involved first? Which typically that's what it does, is I'll have Mary Lynn start talking to any individual about what had happened, and then I'll probably talk to Phil at the same time and say, hey, this is at this location, see what you can find out. And so they'll kind of work in unison.
I
like the tech stuff too.
Yeah.
So.
And he's developed he's been working on spirit boxes.
Yep, spirit portal. Yep.
And beatboxing.
Actually used that today in cemetery and got some just amazing responses. So
Yeah, my favorite.
Well, what kind of equipment do you guys like to use? What's your preferences?
We use anything and everything.
Okay.
My favorite tool mainly is the millimeter.
Okay.
Everybody else has their own. We also have mediums ourselves, so if we need to bring them in, then we need to bring them in. But
Do you think they still call them mediums in Italy, or are they called venti? I don't
I have no
know.
idea.
Or
Yeah,
at Starbucks.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, no.
It's large at Starbucks.
Yeah, I've only been in the field for 3 years now. So, I get a lot of my tech advice from Brandon Elvis. I don't know if you guys know who he is.
Do not.
He featured on Ghost Hunters previously.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
So I reached out to him, and he's been my mentor for tech ever since. So
That's cool.
whatever I
Very
get.
So do you
that's
make
it.
any
I
equipment?
learned.
No, I don't actually, but I get his advice on which equipment to use for certain cases.
Oh, okay.
So that comes in handy. So
Very
Learn all
cool.
my tech stuff through Project Fear and YouTube.
Project Fear and
Yeah.
YouTube. Yep. That's a
Yeah.
good place to start.
Just being honest.
Yep.
Just being honest.
Well, and that's where any kind of research that you're doing, you can look something up on YouTube and it's going to be there. Somebody's going to have some kind of version of it. May
Yep.
not be right, but there will be something there.
Right. No.
Yeah, it would have been great to have a YouTube that told me not to lick snails in Virginia City.
That's true.
Right.
Or your coprolite.
Yeah, I might have to do that. I might have to.
Do you still have that?
The coprolite? Heck yeah!
Huh.
Heck yeah!
So what we're talking about is we did a tour in one of the mines in Kansas City. So we do have a mini episode.
In Virginia City.
Or did I? Where did I say?
Virginia City, yeah.
You said Kansas City.
Kansas City.
I said Kansas. Yeah, Virginia City, Kansas City. I don't know.
Are you
Anyway,
taking us to
Virginia
Kansas
City.
City? What's in Kansas City?
My
Yeah.
headquarters. I've got to go there next month for work.
Oh, okay.
So Virginia City. So the coprolite comes into play while we were in the mine doing the tour.
Nice.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
Copperlight.
I had to go
Are you
move my
familiar
car.
with Copperlight?
So are you currently in are you traveling right now, Marcus? Is that what's going on?
So I'm only in Hudson, Wisconsin, which is an hour and a half away from home, but we're on the Minnesota line right now.
Nice.
So, yeah.
It's in Wisconsin. What brings you to Wisco?
Well, my long-running medium actually lives here in Hudson. So, Rochelle, you want to say hi?
She's moved back.
This is my medium of like 3 years now. So,
Hello.
Hi.
so we're just over visiting, talking paranormal shit. So,
Beautiful.
Nice.
yeah. So, yeah. So,
So look on your hit list. Where do you want to go?
my hit list.
Where's your
Your
spot
bucket
at?
list.
Your
I
bucket
I-
list.
I don't feel comfortable sharing my hit list. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. That was a weird thing to ask. Phil.
You have an ex-wife too. I got it.
Not a wife, but I got, yeah. I'll stop. So I guess where I really want to go has, always been a couple of different places. I got major interest in the Conjuring House. I think that would be
Okay.
super fun to go to. The Shining Motel. What was it called?
That would have been.
The Jack Nicholas.
It's in Estes Park.
Yeah,
Is that real?
Colorado. It's in Colorado.
Yes.
Yep.
So I can't remember
That's
the
real?
name of it, but it's a motel from The Shining. So, and then I guess my top tier investigation. What's that?
It's from the what movie?
The Shining.
The Shining.
I thought it was called The Shinning this whole time.
Jeez. I guess my top tier bucket list place would probably be Alcatraz, but I know that's not a possibility. So
You can get into Alcatraz still.
You can.
you can,
Yeah.
but
At
it's
least once.
It's quite expensive,
Let you
though.
investigate though.
it is
Really?
quite expensive. Yes.
You don't gotta pay.
like,
You gotta pay attention.
from when I looked it up, I think it
Yeah,
was
it's a
like
national-
30. It was like $30-some thousand for maybe a 5-hour investigation.
That's bullshit.
Is it?
Oh, totally. Because look, if inmates can figure a way to get out, we
We
can
can
figure
find
out
a way to get in.
Exactly.
There you go. There you go.
I
There
saw
you go.
Jack.
Right?
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll find a private jet and get in. I mean, you guys
Yeah.
are there in Las Vegas, where the good old Zach Bagans has a museum. You can steal a car.
That's it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
We'll
right.
figure something out. Speaking of that, have you guys got a chance to go to the museum, and is it actually haunted?
So
Yes,
I
it is.
actually was there before they aired it on TV because I did a filming with them. We did an episode there, and it is haunted. But there are places in there. Some of the stuff is, so it's staged. Some of it is, but he does have some pieces that is haunted. Others, like I said, it's just there. But the stairways, it felt like whenever I was walking by there, it felt like something was trying to pull me down the stairs. So down there, they have a lot of issues, and just for no reason, it started flooding and just all these different stuff going on down there in the basement. And then they had on one of the shows they were doing, I think they had a dark witch and a white witch come in, and it turned bad.
Wow.
Yeah, and outside, for me being a medium, I actually saw there's this huge tree that's out there. It's like I could see this person was hanging from the tree. He had fallen. It wasn't someone trying to kill him, but he had fallen and killed himself by accident.
Sure. Yeah. That's crazy. We dealt with a case like that over in Anoka, Minnesota, which is the Halloween capital of the United States. They say. And we were there. We've been there a couple of times already. And one time when we went, one of my members was having suicidal thoughts, who never has suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
After doing a little bit of research, we learned, I don't want to say too much here because Casey has been to this place and we plan on going back. But after doing research, we understood the suicidal thoughts a little more.
Yeah.
On the way back, did you guys listen to Just Suicidal Tendencies?
Sure.
Nice. Nice.
So, but yeah, we've come across some pretty crazy stuff. You'd be surprised, a state like Minnesota, of how much paranormal is actually in the state.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Even here in Wisconsin, I recently got the pleasure of going. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
But even here in Wisconsin, I got the pleasure of being able to go over to Appleton, the Appleton, Manassas area with Casey there. About a couple weeks ago, we made our little trip down to Illinois to do a primary school that's no longer, being used as a school. But that was a phenomenal trip. But the places here in Wisconsin that are active, you'd be surprised as well. Such a state like this has so much active paranormal hotspots.
But for me, I think every state has activity. It's just a matter, are they acknowledging it? So
Right. See, that's the thing. This is season 4 of the show, and with you guys and the rest of season 4 guests that have been on here, plus season 3 and season 2 and season 1, we have had over 200 guests. And
Wow.
each and every one of those guests have come up with a haunted place to where I could go and make about 3 seasons of my paranormal investigation show based off of what everybody has said. It's crazy. But here's the thing that holds everybody back when you're paranormal investigating. You got to have this. You got to have the money.
Yep.
Because in the end, we supply all the money for these investigations. We don't get paid for them. We pay for them.
It's a hobby.
It's a hobby. Well, no, according to Phil over here, it's a way of life.
It is.
Yeah, it's a very
But a
expensive
hobby
way
can
of
be a
life.
way of life.
It is a very expensive way of life. Yes, it is. So, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's a lot of fun. And I've had this team open for 4 years now, come August. And the people we've met have been phenomenal, and that's the whole reason to do this show, so we can meet new people. People from each state can meet somebody. You know, I wouldn't trade it for nothing. It's pretty fun. So
have you interviewed anybody
The
from Texas?
paranormal community is pretty amazing.
absolutely, until the biggest thing in the paranormal field that wrecks relationships and everything is the ego of our investigators. You know, it gets the best of everybody. They, you know, become too big for their shoes, and then they want to, you know, kick you to the curb when something doesn't go their way. So it's the ego that throws everyone off.
Yeah.
I must agree with you 100%.
Who is cutting the cheese over here?
That's what it sounds like.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh, he's got his bird, his pigeon.
Oh. What?
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
man. It
what
sounded
you
like
may
you.
not know about Mike is he is also an animal whisperer.
Oh.
He's an
Any
avid
animal
rescue,
that is
yeah.
hurt or injured or anything that wouldn't allow you within 25 feet of it, it lets Mike go straight up and pick it up.
Oh, look, it's twins.
It's legitimately, it's weird.
You guys look just alike there, Mike.
Right?
So that one, the bird does no feet, so he's not able to get around. So he keeps
Oh,
it, and
Yeah,
that's why
broken
he
back.
hold it up to let it
Legs
do
won't
its
work.
thing. He's giving it exercise every
sure.
day. And so he's rescued so many animals. I think he has like 6 or
Yeah.
7 birds, and then
Wow.
some dogs. And I'm trying to get him to get a goat.
Yes, that'd be cool.
That's the only thing he needs is a goat.
That's true. That's all I need.
That's all you need. So, but
As
yeah,
long as it's white and called screaming.
right.
Right there.
So, let's go into your during the investigation process. When you guys are investigating, what is a technique that you guys absolutely have to use? Say the Estes method. Have you guys tried that? What is a way of investigating that maybe not every team uses, but definitely helps you guys when you're trying to investigate?
Screaming.
Me too.
So my favorite piece of equipment is my phone or my recorder. That's it.
Mhm.
That's
Since
it.
you mentioned that your phone, what are your thoughts about phone apps?
Bullshit. I don't believe in them. I think most of them are out to make money.
Mhm.
However, there is a voice recorder. I believe it's called Voice Recorder Pro.
It's the one I had to get.
What's that?
Is it the one that I recommended to you? Yeah.
It is, yes. It does far more than what a regular, EVP device can do. It's far more useful. And to be honest, I deploy both of them. I put my recorder out and my phone. I've done that a couple times, and I never get anything, but Mike gets everything. They talk to his phone like it's nonstop.
It's true.
But as far as phone apps, no, I'm not huge on phone apps. I have 3. I don't utilize them. I don't trust in them.
Sure, that's fair.
Well, for me, I like all of the equipment, but I have it, SLS, the XLS, anything and pretty much everything. I have all of that equipment, but I use me. It's something that, you're going to feel it more than, for me, it's the validation. The equipment is going to validate what I'm feeling. So
Right.
when we're doing an investigation, and I'll go through, so that's where they're the historian, will go into a location, and I don't want to know anything about it ahead of time. I want to go in and
I got to catch myself too, because I want to talk about something exciting as hell. And I'm like, did you know that there's, and she's like, stop.
See, earlier when I asked you, what your guys' thoughts were on medium, that's what I was getting at. When we open up a case, I don't want the mediums knowing anything. So that's why we create a group chat.
Doesn't.
Yeah, so, we take to Facebook, we create a group chat with all of the non-medium members. We create a group chat with all the smallest and largest, not the mediums.
Yeah.
So, but that way we can communicate to each other. We can let each other know what's going on, but the mediums know absolutely nothing. So, yeah.
We're the exact same way. And then as it unfolds, I'm like, Mary Lynn, listen, you're spot on. This is where we're at. And you just, some of this stuff just blows your mind. You can't. Medium to me, and I'm I don't know, 10 months into this. So at 10 months ago, I didn't even believe in psychics or ghosts or spirits or anything else. So leaps and bounds from 10 months ago.
Right.
For me, the creepier the method, the better.
Yeah,
I love the Estes method. Have you ever done a psychomantium?
I don't think so.
That is cool.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I'm really excited to use some Ouija boards coming up. That's going to be a lot of fun. If I'll be honest, I've thought about hooking up maybe a rope and a crystal.
Nice.
That's really pretty.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Look at that.
So I designed it.
Wow.
Nice.
Very, very cool.
I'm gonna have to buy one of those.
Yeah, there's pendulums and
You use
I already
the
got
dowsing
3
rods a lot
Penjies.
too.
what's that?
You use your dowsing rods a
I
lot,
love-
and lots of responses on that.
Yeah. I really like the dowsing rods. That's probably my main go-to is dowsing rods.
Dowsing rods are fun.
Both of them they
Pendulums.
both started at the same time as about 10 months ago into the paranormal. So very new to everything, but everything is very attracted to Mike because of his personality. It's just the comedic side of him, very light. It's like he draws that energy to him.
I feel the same way with myself because a lot of the spirits like to talk to me for.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what attracts the spirits to the Minnesota Spirit Hunters, okay? Casey's ass. That's what it is.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
Nice.
That's hilarious because that could be what brings them to Mike or keeps them from coming to talk to me because he usually, when we drive, he'll normally go to the right and I'm sitting to the right. So
True.
I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows?
And I'm in the back seat sleeping, so.
Yeah. That's very true.
Oh, boy.
Very
You guys
nice.
are fun. You guys are fun guests. Probably one of the most fun we've had.
Well,
And see, actually,
This
what's
is
very
mild.
interesting is, this is very mild show.
Oh, you know what?
Dowsing rods
Spice it
don't
up,
work
guys.
for
This
me.
is NC-17.
There we go. Dowsing rods don't work for me, but they
You can't
work
get 'em
really
up.
well for Mike. Yeah, I can't get them up. It's the only problem I got in life.
True.
And that is all you need, Mike. That is all you need.
Mhm.
So,
But I like pendulum, but that's just to speak to your higher self. That's not going to get you any spirits. But
Sure.
I like to utilize a pendulum from time to time. Yeah, I mean, it's real easy to get answers when your girlfriend and your coworker both are.
Mm-hmm.
so what are y'all's thoughts on the Ouija board? Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Like, no.
So my thought on the Ouija board is, I'm not a huge fan of them, probably solely because of what's happened before. Beautiful ice there, Mike. So, I played it just for fun before, without actually investigating with it, and I did it the wrong way, and the outcome was pretty bad. So you got to know what you're doing with them. You got to know how to properly open the portal. You got to know how to properly close the portal, and never ever take your hands off the planchette without saying goodbye.
Exactly.
Was
And
it?
that-
So,
Wasn't it created in the 1800s by Dr. Franklin Ouija or something?
something like that, yeah.
something like that, yeah.
Because it's been around for a long time.
Hmm.
Yes.
But yeah,
Maybe,
so
you know
that
what?
is the
It
biggest
was
thing
Lou. His name was Lou Ouija. That's what it was.
is
Luigi, nice.
Pa-ping, pa-ping.
But yeah, that's the biggest thing with the Ouija board is most people they're playing with it and they're not taking it seriously and they don't know what they're pulling through. A lot of times they'll feel the energy and then they get scared and just run away and they don't close it out. And then that can cause so many issues and
That's
just
how you get hemorrhoids.
you could, yeah.
Cause you some pretty serious issues for wherever you're playing with the Ouija board.
It's true.
That's the alleged finger pointer for the devil made me do it, right? You know that.
Oh, yeah.
They were playing with a Ouija board, and then the kid got taken over, and then he said, take me instead, and then poof, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
What do you guys like to
But it
use?
also allegedly stemmed from a Ouija boards.
What was that, Mike?
What do you guys use mostly? Like REM pods or?
Recently, ever since Casey has joined the team, because he joined the team with a REM pod. So we use REM pods, we use the mail meter and things like that. We also have a thing called the VIP pod, investigation
Goes
pod.
off every time I'm around.
So basically what that is a REM pod, just a more quieter version of it. So we use those too, but I think my all-time favorite tool would have to be the K2 meter because there's, you can detect. I hear a REM pod. No way.
That's a real thing, brother.
That is cool. That is cool. I need to buy one.
So we are making them. So yep, this is Screamy the goat.
That's awesome.
That looks like Marcus. I mean,
And I think there's going to be 3 sizes, right?
And then there's a medium size.
Yeah.
Small.
Nice.
There we
Nice.
go.
So
Bigger is better. So
it just depends how you use it.
That's right.
I like the medium. I want the medium one. I ain't lying.
oh, okay. Ah, boy. So yeah, those are pretty cool. I think my favorite tool would have to be the K2 meter, but the fact that they're super touchy is things that you gotta keep an eye out for because if you have
near him.
What?
Wait, what?
What?
Who?
why?
Who's touchy?
Huh? Oh, the K2 meter.
Oh, I thought you said Ken. Ken is 2. Super touchy. I was like, don't let them near kids.
Wow. Oh boy. I'd say something, but I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Do you have any feelings between the K2 meter versus like the tri-field meter?
I have not used I've only used the K2 meter, so I can't really give an honest comparison. I'm sure.
He froze.
I was gonna say, did we lose him?
Lost them both.
Both of them froze.
Yeah, got quiet.
There you go. You're back now.
Oh, there we are. Okay, what'd you say, buddy? I'm sorry.
I said I can't really give a honest comparison because I've only used the K2 meter. However, the other one sounds like a interesting tool. So.
Yes.
What do you think about the spirit box?
I like the spirit box. However, I'd rather use a device that didn't have so much static because in the long run, I am able to do readings when I actually channel myself in. I think the white noise of the spirit box throws me off.
Yep.
So I'd rather
Actually, what I've made is to take the white noise out.
I just think I'd rather use something without the white noise because, it distracts me and I can't focus. So.
Well, and it makes it hard to hear whenever they actually do come through. If it's a very soft, that white noise kind of overpowers it sometimes and you miss things.
So I'm going to recommend something. If you guys check out an app called Necrophonics, It is just a couple of bucks, and I believe myself that it is a reliable app to use, and you don't get all that white noise sensation and stuff.
I think that's the one that Michelle LeBaron was using at one point.
Oh yeah, she uses it. She uses.
So does
She's
Michelle
a
Obama.
big one in.
Michelle.
She's a big one in spirit apps.
Yes.
So
Awesome.
yep.
With that being said,
my favorite device, actually, I take that back, isn't going to be a recorder. It's a new device that I got called a PS device, a Polter.
Oh yeah, PS5. Shit, I got one of those. Man, it's awesome.
It's very similar to the Ovilus 5.
Oh.
So it kind of speaks to you from a dictionary, phrases, stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I have the Ovilus, and I do like that as well. And it's pretty interesting that you can have it in another room, and you're having a conversation over here, and it can pick up stuff and respond in another room.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend that had an Oculus.
Yeah, but those are really sweaty for your eyes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Get it on iRacing.
I'm glad.
Shit, where did we just go?
Imagine if Oculuses were around like in the 1500s. So many pirates wouldn't be able to use it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not half of it.
It would just be wasted technology.
That's true.
Unless they make a single patch one where you put just a tiny little whatever in there.
Right. A monoculus.
A monoculus, yes.
Bada boom.
That's funny.
Awesome. So, with that being said, we're pretty soon here going to wrap up because we're getting to our hour mark here. But I want to know a little bit about where to find you guys, where we can, and your show is obviously coming out soon. More episodes to do. When can we expect to see this show air on TV?
Go ahead, Mike.
So right now, we are currently we cannot disclose said information
Okay.
due to NDAs, but soon we're hoping by
Next week.
to be able to kind of talk about it a little bit more. Yes, but for the show to actually be released, probably by the end of the year, early next year.
Okay. Awesome.
You're gonna love it.
So if you're good for Christmas and you sit on Santa's lap.
I might break his knee. I can't do that. So okay, well let's do the Psydkick Paranormal side of your content. Where can we watch that kind of content of your guys?
We are on Facebook at Psydkicks Paranormal, and then we're also on YouTube. For Psydkicks, we're on every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Okay.
Time.
8 p.m. Eastern. Yep.
Okay.
So you can catch it. We usually, when we're posting on there, it'll go live through Facebook and also through YouTube. So what is the YouTube? Isn't it Psydkicks_paranormal?
Yep.
YouTube.
Okay.
And then
And TikTok.
And TikTok. And we're also on that.
Yep.
Now to view these links, and if you guys want to go, what's that?
We have Twitter as well.
On Twitter,
Okay.
on the X.
Now, if you guys want to view more of the Psydkicks Paranormal and see their content and stay in the loop, those links are down below in the description of this podcast. So you can click on any of those links and it will take you to their social medias. Yes, I did take your links off the internet. So those are down below. So check them out. Go show some support. Give them a follow. And just keep it going because you guys are a fantastic team. You know how to keep the show alive. So the Ghost Magnet says hi, everyone.
Hi.
What up?
Hello.
That's Michelle.
Yeah, that's Michelle
okay.
LeBaron.
That's Michelle LeBaron.
Oh, okay. Cool. So, but with that being said, I have two more questions for you guys. One is kind of fun, and then one is more of a serious kind of question. The fun one if you guys had a chance to go anywhere where money wasn't an object and distance wasn't an object, where would that be?
Ireland, Scotland, and just touring all of Europe. Doing
Okay.
I want to do the paranormal tour.
There you go.
Yeah.
Forget the All American Paranormal Tour.
I want to go to Antarctica and find the thing.
The penguins?
No, thing. John Carpenter's thing. That was in Antarctica.
Oh, the penguin.
I think there's some crazy stuff in Antarctica that nobody's showing us. I want to go and check them out.
Oh, of course. You know, not too long ago, I think they found the corpse of somebody over there that must have been there a long time.
I think it said 1,200 years. They froze in the way that it was just, and they had skin still on them. They were
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I wonder if they have snails I can lick.
He has this thing about
For me, Salem.
Okay.
I'd love to go to Salem.
Mhm.
I think
Oregon
a
or
lot of fun, a lot of interesting. No, not Salem, Oregon. The Salem.
Michelle.
So
In Massachusetts.
if money was no option, either that or I would really rent out the Elvis Presley suite and I would bring all my friends and we would investigate Elvis Presley.
You know, back over at home in Minnesota, we have the home of Prince. The Purple Rain. What was it called? I don't remember the name of it, but we have Prince's pad. I think that's what it was called. So it was pretty cool.
Okay, very cool.
Salem, Massachusetts.
Yep.
Yes, that's definitely Salem, Mass.
I had that in my head. I didn't want to say it out loud because I didn't want to be wrong. So
I should have just went ahead and said it.
I was having a hard time, Salem, Oregon.
Yeah, right. So, Casey, where would you go if money was an object and distance was an object?
There's too many, actually.
What was your top one? Where would you want to go the most?
I would have to say my home away from home.
Don't say the Titanic.
No.
I'm saying the Titanic.
Well, I'd actually look up as well finally in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Which one?
Well, I think I think I'm going to Alcatraz, guys. So if you guys want to go, let's go. The Queen.
I'm down.
I know I don't dream very big here, but I'd like to really visit the Queen Mary, and I know that's still in the United States, but I want to go.
Yep.
So
that's in LA, buddy. Let's go.
It's the fact that I like haunted ships, which we have one in Duluth, Minnesota, which I'd really like to get into. But it's the fact that I like haunted ships, and I've never been to California, so it'd be a 2-in-1 package.
There you go.
So
let's do it.
So to wrap up the show tonight. What would be one piece of advice you guys would give to a newcomer in the field?
Don't be afraid to go and just try it. It's something that where I think a lot of people that are new, they think that they can't do it. And that's kind of what our show is actually about, is a new investigator coming in. You don't have to have all this fancy equipment. You don't have to have everything. You don't have to know everything. You can just go in, enjoy it, have fun, and just be safe, though. Make sure that
Absolutely.
Yeah, anytime we investigate, we put condoms on our fingers.
Oh, okay.
We double them up.
What does that prevent?
Safe protection.
Yeah, you just got to stay protected.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just in case you plan on breaking into somewhere, duh.
Yeah, you never know.
I was going to ask you guys to investigate with us. Now I'm definitely asking you to. You guys are fun.
Yeah, man.
We actually have a lot of fun at our investigations and our filming.
Absolutely.
So
we do too.
We take it serious.
Yep.
We take it serious, but we have an amazing time while we're doing it.
So the thing is remember that you can always edit things out of your footage.
Yes.
You know, there's times where we're investigating and we sit down to maybe have a bite to eat and we're just talking the weirdest crap, you know, so.
Mm-hmm.
And
Always
sometimes,
keep a camera.
Yeah, exactly. And then the camera's rolling when we're in investigation mode. We're investigating, you know. Yes, of course, we have fun. Because who wants to watch an investigation where you're just there, just all serious? No one wants that.
Yeah.
You know,
You're
so,
going to have hours and hours of nothing happening, so you've got to
Right.
get on with it.
right. And sometimes when you go into these venues and you're just boring and super quiet and everything, you think spirits are going to want to communicate with you? Probably not.
Nope.
Probably not. So, but with that being said, guys, we appreciate you coming on and making yourself present here on the Minnesota SpiritCast. I hope you guys check us out a little bit and get to know us a little more. We're definitely going to share you guys out more after the show. Everybody go check out Psydkicks Paranormal by clicking the links down below of all their social medias. If I missed anything, I'll post it up on our socials after the show. But you guys have been a great guest. You sure know how to keep us, you know, keep us live here on the Minnesota SpiritCast. And you guys are welcome back anytime.
Well, it's like my mute grandpa used to say.
So we'll have y'all come on our podcast as well.
I would love to. Just let us know a day and a time, and we'll be there.
Okay, Wednesday
So,
at 8 p.m.
Yeah. By the way, Mike, my dead grandpa said the same thing. My deaf grandpa.
What?
What? Oh, no. He inherited the deafness. All right, guys. Well, you guys have a good night. Thanks for coming on, and we'll catch you
Thank
soon.
You too.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed the show. Our first show back on the air within about a month and a half. I think it was real cool. So, yeah, go check out the Psydkicks Paranormal. All the links are down below. Casey, good show. Thank you.
Yep.
So, we hope you guys join us right back here next week on Saturday night at 6 p.m. for a brand new state in the ALL American Paranormal Tour and a brand new team, never before seen face, and just have fun with it. So, until we see you guys again, hope you guys have a good night. Happy hunting.